I'm Ashleigh.
And I'm Curtis.
And together we're
Information Lane.
Welcome to episode 9.
Let's go. Let's go.
So we want to play some catch up for things that we've done the last couple of weeks, guests we've had. Let's talk about it and let's get into it.
That's right. Remember, education is a must. Awareness is key.
Yeah, the last couple episodes, we had some really special people close to our hearts on. We had Curtis's hero, Rose and Ashleigh Howell.
Right. My hero.
We got to see the dynamic between a mother-daughter dealing with epilepsy, and that was very powerful. We got to hear Rose's perspective on how she dealt with when Ashleigh goes and has a seizure, which was a whole different perspective for all of us.
But educational, let me tell you, I hadn't heard about that before, and I've actually seen it work in action. So I know for a fact that it helps. And just do the research.
Yeah. And then last week we had Keisha Hearns from Safe Places Miami on, and she dropped some powerful information on us to let us know what's going on in our backyards.
That's right. And let me just reiterate this. Men, we got to do better. Let me just say, we did a lot more research this week, and not that we didn't already know, but men, we got to do better.
So what do you think of the last couple episodes, Mike? What's your feedback?
Hey, guys. First of all, I'm so glad to be back with you guys. Information Lane, for those that don't know, I'm the producer, and the guys are just blowing, Curtis and Ashleigh are just blowing up. We've got some short clips that have pretty much gone viral. This last one about creating a seizure action plan for your children for back to school is huge. Not only is it really important info, but a lot of people are watching it, and that's the goal in the first place. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm stoked. But I just think that's so beautiful because I think about imagine all of those kids and all of those parents that feel scared, that feel
Yeah.
confused. They go, "Oh, I wish if somebody understood or there was something out there I could kind of watch or learn from." And then boom, you guys are here. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah, we're
That's
going to get
awesome.
into that a little bit. We're going to talk about back to school, fall holidays, and preparing for the holiday season. But it's super important that the kids are in back to school mode now, that they understand what all of that means. I mean, it was so much fun to be at home during the summer times, but now we just got to, focus on the early mornings, make sure that kids are getting proper sleep. Same thing with like the adults. We minimize that stress level so we're not triggering anything. No missed medications, and then sports and activities is coming up. It's football season is upon us. So all those kids that have aspirations to play sports that are epileptic, go crush those goals, kids.
Never, ever put yourself in a box. Remember, you can do everything. And remember, you can do everything through Christ. So always put your faith in the Lord and all things will come positive for you. Yeah. And also those seizure action plans are important. As someone with epilepsy, let me tell you, as a grown man, I'm scared. To this day, I'm scared. So I can only imagine what a kid that's in elementary school, high school, they're going through, because now even in middle school, high school kids, you're about to be an adult and you don't know how to handle those problems. Reach out to somebody who's got the experience. That's what we're here for. Epilepsy, we're in South Florida, Information Lane. We're here to provide support for everyone or anyone who's going through something in life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be epilepsy. I just want to send a shout out to Anna Christine Lane. She passed today from cancer. Just say a prayer.
We're going to actually dedicate this episode to her. That's Curtis's stepmom. She passed away this morning at, about 8 o'clock this morning, 69 years old, stage 4 ovarian cancer. You could just keep our family in your prayers. I know there's other people out there that are struggling and going through things as well. But we are definitely dedicating this episode to Anna Christine Lane.
And all awareness. It's not just epilepsy, like I said once before. Seizure action plans are a must. These kids are scared. And also now the school's back. Please, kids, if you're watching this episode, and parents, especially if you're watching this episode, teach your kids about bullying, because stigma is real, and educate someone versus push them away. So if you're a bully, please pay attention, because they're good kids. They just have a little bit extra going on in their mind.
Yeah, their brains are working overtime.
Absolutely. And we do want to send our condolences out, all love. And thank you for everything. And thank you for showing up, for us, today. We really appreciate that,
this is the way it's helping me heal today. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in, no matter where you're at. Drop in the chat.
And all the messages.
That's right. All the messages,
prayers.
People, we thank you out here. We're living real lives. We're having real conversations, and we're changing lives. So regardless if I'm having a bad day or not, I'm going to show up for you guys, because that's what I prayed for.
And because we're real people living with the same life struggles that everyone else is. Just because we had a family member that passed away, and I don't want to sound insensitive by any means, but life goes on and we still have to carry out our mission, and we can't get stuck in that dark spot. Are we going to grieve her? We are grieving her. Are we going to celebrate her life? We absolutely are. Right. But we still have information lane to do, because there's other people like you guys that are watching us that rely on this information.
That's right. And we're here to help everyone. So like I said, if I have a bad day, you have a bad day. If you have a bad day, I have a bad day. The difference is we support each other on every day. So with that being said, Mike, what else has been going on?
Well, man, I just wanted to point out. I want to say just one more silly thing, and then one more thing, and then we'll move on. And that is, the part that is most important, man, is that being Christians, we are always taught, basically to that we are Christ to the world. It is no longer I live, but it is Christ who lives through me. And I know you're hurting today on a level for sure, and you feel that, but I want you to think about all the people you're going to reach that are hurting in similar ways right now. Right. And I wish you had a Curtis and Ashleigh, but I'm glad I can kind of be here for you on this level. You know what I mean? So we're at least on the level, because I want you to know how important and valuable what you're doing today is, and how much it means to a dude like me who understands and values your contribution and sees it. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
and then
Most people will be like, oh, we'll just take the day out, take the day out. We don't. We strive to make everybody's day better, including mine. So I appreciate you also for motivating me to get up and do the things I do. And also, Rose, thank you for the hug. I really
the virtual hug. I gave it to him, girl.
It made me happy. Ashley, we love you. Now back.
And even though you can't see, we're just doing the cool thing. You know what I mean? Curtis in white, Mike in black, representing for the home team. Let's go.
That's
how we get it done in the city. You know what I mean? So, and I thought because we've had a couple of weeks of great episodes, with Keisha and Rose and Ashleigh, what I thought we would do is I wanted to do a fun thing, pull a couple of clips from those shows.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get maybe your thoughts or opinion on, what you were thinking, during that time. I'm pulling those up now. Give me 1 second. We're going to start with Rose and Ashleigh stuff because that is the stuff up. And we're going to be dropping all the Keisha stuff. It's going to be fun for fans because they're going to be able to see some drops today that are coming out next week. What? Yeah, for real.
And then there's also some other changes that are happening on Information Lane. So listen up. That's all I'm going to say.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yep. Listen up because you'll hear it.
Lock in, tune in. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Bring up those clips. Yeah, then we're going to talk about the other stuff we said. We were going to talk about traveling and holidays and medications and all that stuff.
We could talk about Rose and Ashleigh all day. Them's our favorite people.
They're on vacation right now. They left us behind,
Sean, what's happening? James, guys.
Not fair. Okay. That's awesome. World, so it's a little different. You know what I mean? Okay.
Sometimes it's good to get away from SeaWorld.
So this one was really moving to me, and I really appreciated it. And this is Caregiver Advice You're Not Alone is the title of it. And this is Ashleigh and Rose talking about being a caregiver, and Curtis here too on it. So check this one out, guys.
Rose has the most amazing advice on caregiving.
Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Oh, you can hear it?
Yes.
Cool. All right, cool.
So this is why I'm asking her that, because I'm hoping that some other caregivers out there that are watching this can absorb her knowledge that she has, because she is truly an amazing caregiver. She definitely has a different approach on it.
That's right.
She's not kid gloves. When I tell you there's no gloves, okay? The gloves come off when Ashleigh's having a seizure. It's get your crap together. We don't have time for this.
Right.
So,
but I like the fact that their relationship is so built off of trust. You know what I mean? Like, you hold Ashleigh accountable. Ashleigh needs you to be accountable. So together you guys work as a team, and it's amazing. Just to see you guys last night when I was over kicking y'all's tail at aggravation. It was amazing just to be around you guys and watch how this thing works. It's like clockwork. There's no one man greater than the team, and that is what I think most of these people out here in the world who's going through this need to understand. Like, it's not you against the world, it's us against the world. And the community is where most of these fears lie, because a lot of people are stigmatized, like Ashleigh, I can't have friends because they're afraid to be around me. That's that stigma, and that's what we're here to break. So my question is, how is this community and this platform allowing you guys to have your voice heard or feel like you're not alone?
So Rose has the
most
amazing...
So there is that one right there.
She does. We saw her live and in action, and even who's the roughest one in their house is the brother.
Oh, yeah.
Shane. How do you navigate that play? 32 years old.
Shane does an amazing job.
Yeah.
And actually, all of them do an amazing job. And what they do is, when Ashleigh has a seizure, they all rally to show support. Up. Everybody knows the plan.
They all have their places.
And that's why a seizure action plan is perfectly put in place, because then everybody knows what to do. There's no question, and there's no, what should we do? What are we supposed to do? They know exactly what to do. And if they gave a class on that, let me tell you, it would be sold out, because there's information that they have that no one else does. And it's just trial and error.
Yeah, like Rose, right in spot. She's right in Ashleigh's face. Her husband, Ashleigh's dad, goes and grabs the emergency meds. Shane, her brother, starts touching her and getting in her face. We just want to know what you guys think of how that is for your seizure action plan and what that looks like for you.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for asking those questions. I think it's important. We want to know. If you're in the chat right now, drop how, as Curtis asked, how, what we're doing for you, how this has helped you, and what you want us to know about what you're going through. Because the value of this group is that we're all here to listen. We're all here to share, right?
Yeah.
And also, I would like to know to the people out there, if you do have your seizure action plan, how has it worked for the people around you during a seizure? Is it successful? Have you had to tweak it? Are there things that you would love to add to it, or you would like to take away from it? Just drop in the chat. Let us know. I would really like to know.
Yeah, we've talked about how Rose has the unconventional way of when Ashleigh's having a seizure. So we would love to know if you have an unconventional way that's working for you as well.
Heck yeah. And speaking of things that may be a little unconditional, the questions were asked, and I wanted to go to this one next because this one is about dating with epilepsy, Rose, and Ashleigh.
Yeah.
It was just really great stuff that you don't see anywhere else that I wanted, to share here and to kind of show you why Information Lane is what it is, because we provide all the information we possibly can. Check this one out.
How do you navigate dating, Ashleigh? 32 years old.
So
The ups and the downs.
I'm completely honest on the website that I'm actually on now. It even says that I have epilepsy. And if you can't deal with it, then
keep scrolling.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Swipe right.
Keep going.
I did meet a really nice guy the other day, and he actually stayed with me during my seizure.
First date, had a seizure.
That's right. And I just want to send a shout out to that young man.
Not a little one. And
it took strength for him to sit there, and I love that for her. Ashleigh, you're amazing, and that young man gained some respect from me.
And it wasn't only my seizure that I had after we played 4 rounds of pool.
And she kicked his butt.
All right. And we had to make sure we got the edge. Kicked his butt in there.
Yeah. Well, just to tune in for that, because a lot of people, I've gotten people write me and ask me about this gentleman that was there when Ashleigh had the seizure. She has heard back from him. He's just trying to take it all in, and he told her that, and he was honest, and he told her, that was just a lot for me, and I do like you. I need to figure that out, how this works in my world.
Right.
So, and I respect that, because I would much rather him be upfront, honest with her now in the beginning stages, and her to get her heart and her feelings hurt 6 months, 7 months down the road, and then she has a seizure, and she's like, "I told you."
Right. And not only that, it built a little bit of trust within a community that has so much stigma around it.
Right.
Like, she went out on a date. She was super vulnerable. She was honest that she had epilepsy, and in that moment when she had the seizure, the young man didn't leave her.
Right. She had a tonic-colonic.
He stayed with her. Now, is that a little rough to deal with? It is. But the fact that he stayed, he didn't leave when he could have just ran, but he didn't. He stayed with her.
Yeah.
And that is how you build trust within an epilepsy community. You don't know when the seizure is coming. You just got to make sure that you got some safety when it comes.
Yeah. That's very important. Make sure you're in a safe place.
That's right. And do not date. Get out there and enjoy your life.
Find somebody. Not date.
Find
right.
somebody that you love. Like I found my wife. I have epilepsy. I'm married. I have a successful life, and dating an epilepsy is possible.
And so is Mike. Mike has a gorgeous wife as well, and she knew exactly what she was getting involved in. And is it a bit much as a caregiver and a wife? Yes, it is. But people with epilepsy still need love. They still need lead normal lives. They take medication. They go to, several appointments and more than the other. But if you love somebody unconditionally, love has no boundaries.
That's
So that's very important for people that have epilepsy. I know a lot of people we've talked about in past episodes about people with epilepsy and dating and how that works. And a lot of people say, I'm just going to stay away from that. But Ashleigh is a true warrior by continuing to go out there and do it.
My hero. And don't forget, seizure action plans are a must. If you have epilepsy, you have to have one. It's not a maybe, it's you must, because a seizure can happen and you don't know who you're around. But if you have a seizure action plan in place, people know
what to do
and where to go and what to do.
Seizure action plans are key, and I do want to shout out to that. I didn't realize that I needed to manage my epilepsy and handle my condition the way I did until I met my wife. So there's a lot of folks out there that may be scared or concerned, and I say the right person will not only love you even if you have epilepsy or with epilepsy, they're going to help you be better, be healthier, and live a better life too. So not only don't be afraid, but you can expect good things even if you're an epileptic. I promise you that. You can expect loving, wonderful people, because look, it's me and Curtis, and we're pretty awesome. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I want to kick it with us, you know? So
I'd like to hang out with us.
And not for nothing, like, all the ladies that are watching right now, there's some handsome gentlemen, right? Like, I mean, it's my husband.
No, I'm Shrek. She's Fiona.
No, honey.
She's Fiona. I'm Shrek.
Fiona.
It worked.
Hey, think about this. Even though I'm Shrek, I slayed the dragon.
Oh,
exactly.
Love.
Donkey. No, I'm a donkey.
No, donkey fell in love with the dragon.
I know. So we had another guest that came on. Her name was Keisha, and she was from Safe Places, Miami. She dropped some powerful information and on information lane. And we're going to be dropping those clips in the next week or so. So stay tuned for those.
Yeah, Monday. We're going to start dropping them Monday.
Okay,
actually, we'll go ahead and drop one at the end of this show. We'll put one out only on only on Epilepsy Awareness South Florida. And we're going to let people know, if you go there directly following this show, you'll see the first clip. And we're premiering and previewing them tonight. But before we do that, you guys spoke a little bit about seizure action plans, and it was so valuable and so important. A lot of people are talking about it or finding a lot of value in it. So I wanted to pull that up real fast just to show that one to everyone.
Sure.
And I'm going to go ahead and show that.
It's especially important now with the kids going back to school. Some of these kids that were diagnosed over the summer, the parents are still navigating that journey. So we just want to keep promoting that information. I hope you don't think that it's redundant, but it's very important to have one.
Right.
I am a slow producer today. Forgive me. Can I tell you the funny thing? It's that we have a lot more content. It's like, it's way easier when we do one thing and then we pull everything from that one thing. It's way easier. It's when we're, thank you, Jesus. But we're blowing up. We've got a lot of content because we're doing a lot of work with a lot of folks across a lot of platforms. And that's because God is true to his words. Amen.
We got an awesome producer.
Come on, full screen. There we go. Okay, guys.
We are hoping for a great positive school year for all those kiddos out there.
And also, don't forget, seizure action plans, most important. Beginning of the year, you got to set the standard right now, like seizure action plan. Remember, I said it here. Get those folks involved. Get your schools involved.
Your nurses.
Let these folks know that epilepsy is real and that you have a child that has epilepsy and they need care. So seizure action plan, I can't stress it.
Yeah, make sure you're friendly with your school nurses. Let them know who your child is, what needs to be done. Don't just assume that because they're a school and it's a school nurse that they know what to be done. Go through it with them. It's your right and your advocate as a parent to make sure that they understand everything in case something were to happen to your child while they're in school.
That's right. Also, if you need help coming up with a seizure action plan, let us help you lay it out. You know what I mean? It's super simple. All you have to do is put in your information. We'll give you the guidelines. All you got to do is fill it in.
Information lane, a place for you and me.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
So, that was such a good. Such a good
Yeah.
one. Go ahead.
It's a very good one, and I'm glad that you brought that up because we are at the beginning of the school year. Most of the country is back in school except for those northern states, and they're getting ready after Labor Day to go back. So it's an important topic that we talk about for the next couple of weeks because making sure that you have all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed on that seizure action plan. And one of those things is to make sure that you put on there whether or not you have a rescue med and how to administer that, because there are a few different types of rescue meds. There's one that's a nasal spray. There's some that are melt away drops that you put in your mouth. And then unfortunately for the younger children, there's a rectal cream or a rectal one that you would stick in their hiney. So it's important to know if you have one and how to administer it. I mean, the most unfortunate thing would be send your first grader to school and have that medication available for the teachers and the staff, and they have no clue what they're doing with it.
And also men and women over the age of 40, it's crucial. Seniors, it's crucial that you have a seizure action plan in place. And like I said, right now in my life, I don't go around very many people. I have the same circle of people. We enjoy our days, but everyone in my circle knows what to do if I have a seizure, all the way down to the kids. And now, mind you, I never really want to have another one in front of my kids like the first one, but it is important for a seizure action plan. And don't feel as if, oh, I'm so proud people know what I'm going to do. People don't know. People don't know to put you on your side. They don't know to stay with you.
Right.
They don't know to not restrain you. They do not know to don't put anything in your mouth.
And don't be embarrassed. I know a lot of people are embarrassed when they have seizures out in public. Please don't be embarrassed. I know that it's sometimes rough, and humans are mean. There are people out there that are mean, and so, and I'm just going to put this out there real quick. You know what your seizures look like. So if you're one of those people that lose your bladder every time, put that in your seizure plan so people don't think, oh wow, this isn't a seizure. I didn't hear about this. I don't know what's going on. All of those pertinent informations. I foam at the mouth, gag, I choke, I break out in sweats.
Right.
Curtis breaks out in his sweats.
All that information is crucial.
Yes.
And like I said, going forward, seizure action plans are important. Put that in place. Make sure your kids stay safe at school. Always, and I mean always, give the information to the people around you, because they are going to be the ones that help save your life if something happens. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it is important that people over the age of 40 get these seizure action plans and put them in place, because if something happens to you in public, no one's going to know. Put something in your wallet, wear an ID bracelet, put something on your wrist. That way, when something happens, and we all know eventually it's going to happen, people are able to get to your emergency contacts. Yes,
and it's important to have an ICE, an emergency contact person. So it's very important. If you're looking to get a metal ID bracelet, a bracelet, a tag, reach out. I can help you find those things. I've gotten quite a few different ones for Curtis. We have coupon codes, information lane stuff.
And not only that, is everyone needs it. Mike, I'm sure he has one. He has his emergency contacts, or Amy, Rose, and Ashleigh, of course. You have to find people in your corner that are going to be trustworthy, there to fight for you, and that are aware of the situation. That way, if something happens, they can get a hold of you.
One little point, too, that I want to make aware is if you're around someone that has a seizure and you're not really sure what to do, or you see them, call a relative of theirs, make them aware of it. Maybe they can walk you through on what needs to be done. But nothing worse in the world to know that one of your loved ones has had a seizure and no one reached out to you. Like, that's my biggest fear is that Curtis has a seizure around somebody and then no one reaches out to me, because for me, I'm his wife and I'm his caregiver, so I know best how to help him. So it's important to, even in the seizure action plan, to let people know who your emergency contact is, so they can get the best information to assist you during that time.
That's right. And Mike, I know you guys have a seizure action plan in place too. How is it geared around your situation? And I know Amy's a teacher, so how do you guys manage through that?
Right. What if she's in class or something and you're having a seizure? How does that work?
Well, when I work from home, and then two, I get blessed would be the way to describe it, because working a very close friend. Actually, I'll take a shout out. Tuesday night, 3 T's with Pastor Tony. He's on that show. His name is Evan. He's a great dude. Wonderful dude. we go to church together, barbecue together, things of that nature. But he actually worked a couple of miles from me, knows where I live. In fact, the last seizure I had, I was able to call him.
Awesome.
Right.
He's
Thank
able
you,
to,
Tony.
Oh,
can't
Evan.
wife or whatever. Yeah. And Easy, I appreciate Easy Money. Shout out Evan. I love you, Easy Money. He's a good homie. He would be in the mix. He's a good friend. So I kind of work with him. Of course, I'm blessed enough to have some family. My mom is around and lives in town as well. So, always on the always on the list there as well. So, I'm real blessed with some folks being able to work from home. So, something bad were to happen and I weren't able to reach out, I am at least at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then past that, having people who are just a couple of miles from me at kind of any given time who understand and are aware and that I work with and see on, at least 2 or 3 times a week, once a week, kind of basis. So I'm really blessed in that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, that's how we do.
Well, that's awesome. Those seizure action plans are definitely a must, but like going forward, we had a few guests on our show, and let me tell you, amazing people. And you would be amazed by some of the stories that you hear, but this is the place where you're going to get those conversations because they're real and they're going to change lives. We have the conversations that people are scared to have, and that's a good thing about Information Lane and Epilepsy Awareness South Florida. We discuss every issue. And speaking of issues, like I said, Keisha, she had an amazing show. Like I said, we all learned a lot from Keisha, and we met her through our church. Shout out Anchor Church. We met her through our church, and this young lady is so passionate. Let me tell you about this before you see her clip. If you don't leave out of here and understand how Jesus moves in someone's life, then rewatch this show, because I'm telling you, the more you watch it, the more you'll pick up on it. Keisha has the spirit, and if you don't get motivated around her, it's you that's the issue.
Yeah, she's definitely a walking angel.
Absolutely. She tells about a text message she received. If you would like to watch the entire show, it's up on the YouTube as well as the Facebook at Information Lane.
And our Rumble channel.
And our Rumble channel, yes.
Do this text message. This is really amazing. So one of the girls was doing outreach and she got this text message and she said, I got your number out of one of those mesh bags you gave us because we give them these bags. I was wondering if you had resources for getting out of being trafficked and escaping. I called a few places yesterday and today, and so far nowhere can take me. And she's saying my trafficker was forcing me to use fentanyl to go to work, take my money, and not letting me have any control over it. He was getting aggressive with me, and I didn't use or give him any of my money, and so he would take it while I was sleeping. And so we got this text message from a woman saying, I want to be saved, I want to be rescued.
Right.
And they contact us and we can help them get out. So we work with an organization called Rescue America, and they have a connection with Southwest Airlines, and these women can fly for.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then she goes into that they can fly for free. We haven't quite finished that clip yet, but
Yeah.
yes, they can fly for free if they
Southwest,
need to be
go.
rescued. Yes, let's
Yeah.
go Southwest. Thank you. It's important. It's important. So that's the kind of messages they receive, and that's the kind of outreach and work they're doing to kind of set that up. And I did want to ask you guys. I know you met Keisha before we were able, and we're lucky enough to do the podcast with her. Y'all met her before, and I know you work with the ministry that supports her ministry. And I wanted to know kind of how you feel, kind of from your perspective about that show, what it meant to you, and any follow-up and any experiences there you've had.
So for me, it meant a lot to me because it's a huge issue and it's literally in our backyards. Like Miami is a breeding hub for it. It's so close to the borders of different countries. So to realize that it's that close, I always thought the women that worked in a strip club, this was the job that they chose. And to come to find out that these women are being trafficked to do things and coerced to do things that are against their will just to see the next day, and is that in itself is a crime, and it's very heartbreaking to hear that. So Curtis has said several times, you know, men, we need to do better. Yes, you had a stressful day. You think you're going to go to the strip club, throw a couple dollars at this check and be on your way and go home to your family. Well, she's maybe estranged from her family or kidnapped from her family or these different things. It's very important for us to try to make an impact in that world. I mean, I know we're not God, and I know that this is a movement. It takes many people to do this, but just to be a part of it and to let Keisha tell her story and to hear the amazing things that Safe Places Miami is doing, and to say that Information Lane is a part of that and we've given them a stepping stool to tell that story. That is a blessing for us.
Right. And also what we've done is
fills my heart.
We've reached out to Safe Places Miami, to Keisha and her boss, and we'd love to have her boss come on.
And he's agreed.
And tell the story of how this took place, how it began, how it took off. It's a sister company, but it's also a life-saving company because these ladies need this help. And let me tell you, they're not doing it for fun. They're actually out there changing lives, and that's what this show is about. That's what this world is about. Our movement is about changing lives. And let me just say this once again. I know I said this in the beginning, but men, we have to do better. And me as a father, it really hurts my heart to see that someone's child is being put through this, as we're supposed to be the ones who protect our family, not the ones who put them in harm. So for every male out there who's supporting this, you're putting someone's daughter in harm. You're hurting someone's family. You're also taken away from spirit, because now they're going to have trust issues. So when they grow up or they get older, they're not going to want to go tell anybody, because look at what you've put them through. So men, we have to do better. And as fathers, if you have a child, what would you do?
Yeah, and that's, some of these women have severe trauma bonds to their pimp or whatever they call them, you know, so to go through that. And like Mike, I want to say thank you to you for opening up about your sister, you know, someone that you guys adopted in your family, because that was something that Curtis and I learned in that show. We had no clue, even going into this, knowing what Safe Places Miami does. We had no idea that it even touched someone like you.
In our family.
In our family, right.
These are close people. These are people that are in our heart, and no one knew. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's because these subjects aren't being talked about.
That's right.
And that's what we're here to do.
It's
we're
always
here to
on the hush hush.
We're here to blow it out of the water. So if there's something that you think is tough, well, we don't find it so tough. We're going to blow it out of the water every time, because this is what people need. It's education. Now, is it for everyone? No. If you're not participating in this industry, then no. We don't expect you to understand, but we need you to listen, because when you listen, that's when the stories get told.
Yeah.
Stories don't get told in silence. And this young lady, Keisha, when she came out, she told these stories. It really opened our eyes up, especially me. Like I said, I'm a girl dad. I have a bunch of girls in our family. So to protect them is what we are put here on this planet to do. Just go read the Bible. The Bible states that men are the protectors of the family. We're the ones supposed to make the most sacrifices, not our kids, not our wives, not someone else's family, because you have a guilty pleasure. Grow up. Get you a job, find a real hobby, and start adding something positive to this world that's already full of negativity. And that's what we're trying to stop. It's not just epilepsy awareness. None of that. There's young ladies that need help, and we're here to help them.
And I want to say, because I said this before, but I want to say it again because it's a different episode. It was passionate for us to do this, to bring this awareness to the community, because Curtis and Mike both suffered from, well, not suffered, have epilepsy because of traumatic brain injury. And so my thought process as a woman was, wow, these women are being beaten. What if in 10 or 15 years, they're not going to bust out and start having seizures and then be diagnosed with epilepsy for things beyond their control?
Right.
As like
it happens. Yes. Yes, it absolutely happens. When this happens, this is more common than anyone talks about. And I think because who's ever thought to try to even do the research or make the connections until someone somewhere with the power, money, connections on some university research level goes, hey, let's do a connection between women in the streets who have been battered and epilepsy. Or epileptic women and the causes and conditions of that. Let's just start there. Because you know, and I know, we know women that are out there, you know what I mean, that are suffering because they've been abused in the
Right.
streets, and they have no one else. And that's
right.
Yeah.
why I felt like what we had and what we're doing is so valuable and
It
important
is.
for sure.
Yeah.
And this community is definitely where it needs to be, because we're not afraid to talk about the issues. And also, some of these people are out here not on free will. They're held captive. They're told if you leave, your family will be killed. So what would you do in that situation? Drop in the chat and just let us know. This is a real conversation. We really want answers, because it doesn't get talked about. If something was to happen like that in your family, how would you take it? How would it affect you?
Yeah. Mike
And-
told us about how it affected him and his
That's
family.
right. So we want to hear from you.
Right.
Get out there in the world. Let's put your voice out. Let's hear it. And also, men, I'm gonna say it once again. We got to do better, man. How much male energy does it take to hit a woman?
Yeah.
No woman should ever be hit, no matter what she does. I do not care. Man, you should never touch a female. Female, if you got a man hitting you, leave his butt.
Yeah.
You deserve better than that. And like I said, men, what if some gentleman smacked your daughter? What would you do? What would a dad do? Let me know. Talk to me. Talk about it.
The point is, you can be praying and you can in your heart really worry that someone that you love dearly, that you're related to, you know, the kind of people that Keisha helps, the kind of young women that Keisha
Right.
helps, you can
Yeah.
think, oh no, but you never give up. You never give up hope.
That's
You
right.
always keep looking. You always keep praying. You always be a Keisha. You always be a Curtis. You always be an Ashleigh. Because one day you might wake up and they're sending you pictures and going, look how goofy you were. And you're like, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like this,
Yeah.
this is what it's all about, right?
Remember,
Like
you
this
don't
is what
take
it's all
pictures that
about.
don't count.
That's right.
Yeah.
He told Rose that on vacation. He goes, if you didn't take pictures, it don't
It don't
count.
count.
It's fair.
Anybody can say they went to Rome. Let me see the pics.
So some of the other things I wanted to talk about, if that's okay, if we jump to the next topic, did you have any more clips you wanted to show?
Yes, actually, we have a couple more that are really
Sure.
important
Definitely let it rip.
on this topic of not giving up. And this is this one right here is going to be, let me pull this one up. Give me 1 second. This is Curtis kind of gets into the conversation with her here. And it's very important here. They talk about why they often don't talk to police. This is something that we need to go over.
Have Jesus and God on your side, but you actually go in there with some kind of help just in case there's some action inside the building.
No.
That's so scary. That's terrifying for me.
Right.
So it's almost like we call it the front lines, and it very much is so. And it's almost like not everyone's called to war, and some people are called to provide for the people at war, and those who are called to war, then you walk into it knowing. It's almost like if you go on a mission trip and you're going to certain places, you don't ask certain people to help you with security. Why? Because they may not be Christ followers. They may not be of your mission. They may be corrupt. And so to keep government and police out of it is probably the best right now, unless I have a
Right.
personal relationship with a police officer who is on our team. But
Right.
our main goal is not safety for ourselves, it's safety for the women, right?
Right.
Is to live as Christ and to die is gain. And so
All right. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Like
I
I
still am
said,
baffled that they don't use security, but I get it.
I think, like I said, she's on a mission. And when if you listen to the whole conversation, go back and watch the show. It's on YouTube, Rumble. Rewatch that show. And she explains that she walks in faith. Jesus Christ guards and gives her everything she needs. And I promise you, if you listen to this young lady, you're going to want her in a conference. You're going to want to take her with you, and you want her to speak positivity into people who have no belief, who have no confidence and no trust. And let me tell you, Keisha's energy will fill the room. And I can't explain it enough. But for her to go out here into the street and do such a positive thing for negative people and with no protection, that to me is my calling to step up. So what I'm doing out here is I'm challenging. If there's any men out there in the service industry, off-duty police officers that
Security guards
that want to make a change in the community, this is where you can help, because you're a life. You are definitely saving a life. You don't have to stand out in front of the club and hope somebody gets out drunk. You can go out into the street and actually help someone
and just be a part of something
serve
amazing.
and protect. Just serve and protect. And like I said, if there's any fathers out there, any people that want to get out there, when they get out there, I'm willing to go with you. There's no one should go on the battle alone.
Yeah, I didn't even know. This is another thing. So years ago, I used to watch this movie with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. It was called Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and they had a brothel. And I had no idea. I was like, oh, that was a long time ago. This is in the movies, blah, blah, blah. And when Keisha came on and told us that they raided a brothel recently, I was like, where? And she's like, in Miami. I'm like, no, they're not here. Like, I was so like, what?
And to also realize that there were people there that wanted out. Like, they want out. Like, no one is doing this. Well, no, let me say no one. Some people do it because that's what they, that's what really excites them.
Tickles their feathers.
That shoots the endorphins off in their brain.
Or they're damaged. A lot of them are damaged, and they think it's what they deserve and where they belong.
That's right.
And they don't realize they deserve
There's
better.
a better life.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of them are held against their will. They're called over here. They're promised that, we'll give you the best job. I'll buy you the best thing, sweetheart. I got this life set up where you'll be a star. And then when they get here, they separate you from your family. And then next thing you know, they start taking everything you own down to the bottoms of your feet. You don't own any of it. And that is sickening to me. Like, men, women, and like I said, in the lesbian community, it's just as bad because
it's worse.
Those ladies feel like they got something to prove.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I got to do it better than men, and they're more hands-on because if a lady hits a lady, it's just a domestic.
Right.
If a man hits a lady, that's felony charges. So these loser men are having these women do the action for them.
Right.
Men, you got to do better. You got to do better.
This is exactly the clip I pulled up. This is about the recruiting and something I wanted to educate our viewers and listeners on.
You befriend someone, you intoxicate them, you alienate them, you isolate them, and then you desensitize them, right? And so when that's the grooming stages of sex trafficking, people don't know how to leave mentally, right? And I think I've over answered your question. But
no, you haven't.
No, definitely not.
No, you definitely haven't.
Listen, I'm learning today, so please keep going.
And that's very important information that you had said, because a lot of people don't realize that, and they think like, well, it's just easy to get out. So all of those steps where you just said, desensitizing them, making them feel no self-esteem and worthless, and like you can't survive without me type of thing.
There you go. It was so important what you guys shared, because I was like, oh, the one thing I love about Curtis and Ashleigh is they are great representatives of kind of middle America. You know what I mean? Married working couple doing their best. And it's like, if you guys are pretty hip, you have teenage kids, you know what I mean? So you're hip, and you do a podcast, you're out there. So if you guys are like, these are things we didn't really know, then that means there was a whole lot of folks who were unaware. And so it's so important that y'all did that last week. So thank you.
And we're bringing the light. We're going to bring the light to these communities. And like I said, also, if you get a chance to get behind Safe Places Miami, please do. Like, it's one of those causes that really needs attention, and it's saving lives. I can't say this enough. It saves lives, and that's what we're here to do. Information Lane, Epilepsy Awareness, South Florida. We're here to save a life. If we save only one, the mission is successful. But the smaller the victory, the bigger the victory at the end, because small victories count. And just get behind the movement.
Yeah, and just remember, we talked about it on the episode, but I want to remind everybody they're having a gala in November. If you'd like to go, it's a free event. If you want to donate to the gala, you're more than welcome. It's here in South Florida and Broward County. You can look it up on their website, safeplacesmiami.org. They do great things for this community, and we really stand behind what they're doing. Information Lane wants to help promote what they're doing to get this off of our streets. I mean, also, my daughter's 13, and I don't want her to be sucked into that world.
Right. Also, mental health is everything. Remember this. These ladies are going through some things in the streets that are definitely the most horrible things that some of us will ever see in our life. I think they'll trade our worst day for one of their days. Yeah. And there's going to be help that's needed. So if you have some help, you want to donate some time and some help, they definitely need some counselors. They need people that people can come talk to. Donate your time. You are as crucial to this mission as anyone else. And don't forget, it's okay to not be okay. Get help.
And Keisha had mentioned that in that text message she read that they put together these mesh bags. We had the honor of doing that with them at our church when we met Keisha for the first time. So if you want to be more behind the scenes and not a hands-on, we can get you placed in one of those places where you can help them make these mesh bags.
That's right.
They supply all the equipment, all the material, everything. It's like an assembly line, and everybody just fills these bags.
All you have to do is bring a smile and a willingness to serve.
Yeah.
And like I said, you'll make a difference in someone's life. The bag might look little to you, but it's big to someone else. Let me just say, a pair of socks to me, I have a million pairs of socks. There's someone that don't have a pair.
A fresh, clean pair.
And that's where it's at. They give them Bible scriptures. They give them little jewelry so they feel like ladies again.
Beautiful.
There's hair care products. They get everything to be successful or everything to make them want to leave. Because this is what you left to go get treated like
the scum on the bottom of your shoe.
And you're not. You are somebody. So remember that. If you get away, stay away. Bring someone with you.
Yeah, and then just show people grace.
That's right.
I mean,
Shout out Safe Places Miami.
Yeah, just show people grace.
And we went ahead and dropped the Rescue America hotline. This is the number that Keisha gave us as well. So if you are, not anywhere where you can necessarily physically help, but you want to call, you want to help in some sort of way, they will.
It's going here right now. Pay attention to it. Share it. Write it down.
Screenshot it.
833-599-3733. You call that number and they will get you hooked up. They will get you connected and they will get you helping. And your resources absolutely by far go the farthest when you work with people like Rescue America. So yes, absolutely, guys. And what were you going to say, Ashleigh? I know you had something else you wanted.
I just wanted to talk about a couple other things. I mean, we talked about the last couple episodes, how amazing they were, how impactful they were to the community. We talked about back to school. We talked about the seizure action plans, but I also want to remind people that it's that time of year. We're getting ready to change seasons and fall is coming upon us. Some states are still doing daylight savings time, some aren't. So I just want to remind everybody that just to be mindful of that because the fall time is coming. And like I said, once fall hits, everybody will be back in school. So it's important to keep that in your mind. And if you're new to this journey because you were just recently diagnosed this year and you're getting ready to change seasons and things like that, it's important to keep a journal. So if you say, hey, wow, today was really cold and I just didn't feel right, write that down so that you can get that to your doctor. Fortunately, Curtis doesn't have temperature triggers where if he's in the heat or anything. I know a lot of people and our friends that reach out are like, it feels like Florida, how is he doing it? So that's not one of his triggers, but it could be one of yours. So just be mindful when the weather starts to change. Take notes, write that down. The daylight savings time things, some people get affected from the sunlight itself. So just be careful and just be mindful so that you are navigating this journey the healthiest way possible.
That's right. And if you have any questions, remember, you can always drop in the chat. You can always send us a DM. Epilepsy Awareness South Florida. You can message us. Information Lane. We're here on Monday nights. If you also want to catch us, we're on the F.E.E.D Friday nights. If you have any questions, concerns, you just want to join in and be a part of the community, please come. We built this table for you, not just for us. We didn't build a wall. We built a bigger table. And truthfully, all you have to do is pull up a seat. Yeah. It's already prepared. Just come join us on Friday nights and see what we're talking about. Come be a part of the change, the conversation, and the community that wants you here.
Yeah. And one other thing I wanted to touch on really quickly is medication management, making sure that your prescriptions are filled before the holiday season is upon us, because there's going to be more tourism in different states and different things, and they're going to be getting their medication. So just be mindful of that wherever you're at. And if you're going to be gone for the holidays and that are coming up, just make sure that you have an extra few pills with you so that if there's a mishap or something happens that you're aware of those things.
And also make sure you're getting your sleep. You got to use your sleep. No late nights. If you're getting regular sleep, don't party too hard. If you travel, everybody knows that when you travel, your sleep is different. Try to stay on the schedule. And like holiday gatherings, don't get alcohol. Please don't drink. That's one of those things that you don't want to do. And be overstimulated. take it easy, relax. Holidays are for a reason. They're for you to be around your family, and that's the reason for the season is family.
That's right.
And that's what we offer here at Information Lane, family. So when you feel like you're alone, know that you're not.
Yeah, and if you're going to fly, make sure that you let someone know, and you're flying alone, that you're letting the airport staff know that you have epilepsy, that you're calling someone when you get to there, and you're communicating, and that if something does happen, people know where you're at. Share your locations.
Yeah, and to just kind of speak to the weather change, the season change. This is one of those drastic ones I find as an epileptic, somebody who has those seizures. Spring to summer is a little easier, right? Because we're going, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s kind of thing. For a lot of us, I find, and if you're one of these folks, hey, you're not alone, that the summer to winter is, or the summer to fall can be the hardest one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of folks, like just in your world, regardless of numbers, it is hot, 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 and then it goes to cold,
Right.
And, the change just can feel really drastic, and your hydration changes, or your hydration needs change a lot of times.
For sure.
You need more water, more hydration, because even though you don't feel as hot, your body's burning more to maintain temperature, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know dehydration is absolutely a seizure trigger for me. So it's one I wanted to, just shout at you. You don't realize because it's colder out, so you don't realize you're dehydrated and you're rolling.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you don't feel good, and then all of a sudden you're spinning, and it's like a couple of glasses of water could have avoided that, especially.
Yeah, and that's a very good point, Mike, because Curtis's trigger is hydration as well. And we think as humans, I only need to take my hydration packets or my electrolytes during the summertime when I'm profusely sweating. But as you just mentioned,
every day,
you need to be taking them every day, because even when it's the colder, your body's trying to heat up to keep your body to temperature. So it's working more than it did in the summertime. In the summertime, it's just trying to keep you cool. But in the wintertime, it's definitely those colder states. So it's very important to drink the electrolytes.
Gatorades are electrolytes, but it also has a lot of sugar in it. So pay attention to that.
Not an electrolyte.
So what we do, we use LMNT, shout out. We use Liquid IV. Liquid IV has some of the best, don't taste weird.
No aftertaste.
And one in a bottle of water. As soon as you get up in the morning, drink your bottle of water and then drink your electrolyte and let it work in your body the rest of the day.
Yeah, and if you suffer from nocturnal seizures like Curtis does, I encourage him to take one before he goes to bed. Even though you're going to bed, your body still is working. Your body heats up at night. So if you get the night sweats, take an electrolyte. It'll help you.
Also, I work outside. I'm in the construction industry. Yes, I have epilepsy. Yes, I'm outside all day. Sometimes I'm outside 12 to 15 hours a day. I work my tail off. But electrolytes and a diet, your diet is a must. And also, when you run a rigorous life and a schedule the way you run, you have to make sure you're taking your meds on time, same time every day. It's got to be a routine. Now, my superhero, my hero, Ashleigh, she texts me every day to make sure I take my meds. And
they hold each other accountable.
We hold each other accountable. And in the beginning, that's where we were lacking. No one was telling us, well, not that they weren't telling us. It's just like when a parent tells a child what to do, they're not going to listen. So, of course, Ashleigh and I, my hero, shout out, love you, we weren't listening. We're hard-headed. So now we hold each other accountable. We take our medicines on time. And I think it takes a little bit of stress off Rose and Ashleigh because they don't always have to text us anymore.
Right.
Take your meds on time. Don't skip any meds. And if your doctor says it, do it.
Yeah. It's very important.
Absolutely. I love all of those things and agree, yes, with all of those things. And our meds do dehydrate us.
Yes.
Our meds naturally pull hydration out of our body to work. For those that don't know, and like me, I take omega-3 and I take vitamin C and I take vitamin D as well. And all of that is like, those are like cars, and hydration is the fuel it uses to do its job in your body. And if it doesn't have that fuel, it can assist in dehydration. So absolutely, that is totally key. And
Curtis takes Lamictal. So anybody that takes Lamictal, trust me when I tell you need electrolytes, because it drains your sodium. So you need to make sure that you're watching that. And that's, we had a friend recently whose sister just had a seizure because she had very low sodium. So it's very important to make sure that those electrolytes are being taken every day.
And you have to watch your diet. You have to make sure you're eating these meds. When you take your meds, sometimes I'm stubborn. I don't like to eat in the morning. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but if you don't like to eat in the morning, drop in the chat and let me know you're on my team. Team Curtis, no breakfast.
Hashtag no breakfast.
I take my meds at 9 o'clock. So what happens is I have to eat something in the morning. So I had to switch the way I felt about a situation and go what was best for my health situation. So now in the mornings, I eat a little something before I take my meds.
Banana.
And then after I take my meds, there you go, protein shakes. I got them too. The Fairlife one's amazing. Let's go, chocolate Fairlife. If you're looking for me, I'm right here.
Yeah.
We'll do a promo for you.
Martinelli's, but
The gold standard.
in apple juice. But what we
I
do
was
is
I was going to set you up. At the end of all that, I was going to go, and what do you drink if you need a refreshing juice?
all right, let's do it. I'm with it. But
I was like, okay, so vitamins, hydration, one a day. Now, after all of that, if we need a refreshing juice at the end of a hard day, how do we reward ourselves?
with
Martinelli's.
the gold standard in apple juice. It is amazing. They'll put it in a cooler at the end of a hot day.
Or you can take it, look,
Amazing.
take it with your meds. Martinelli's right here.
Hey, I find, protein shakes really work for me because I can, you know what I mean? I can drink them and, you get to a certain age and losing weight is hard, and
also when you work, you don't want to eat big, heavy meals because you're getting ready to sit out here and burn. Like I start pouring sweat. I mean, literally soaking wet sweat to my pants is wet at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, I work till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So imagine how much sweat I've lost. So it is crucial. I mean, crucial. If you're outdoors, anytime you're in the sun, liquid IVs.
But it's also
Hydration.
important to mention this too. Curtis says he works outside in the construction. You don't have to work at all. If you're taking medication, it's depleting your sources.
That's right.
So it's important, even if you're not working and you're at home or you're working from home, it's still important to take those electrolytes.
Whether you're sitting on a piece of equipment or at a desk,
Yes.
electrolytes are being burned.
Yes, that's right.
And that is why, just for a second, that's why Curtis is such a blessing, right? Because there are so few folks that suffer from what we suffer from who are in that extreme. So some of us who sit at a desk and work, you know what I mean? We're like, okay, we're going to listen to this guy because he knows what we suffer through. He takes our medicines. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's in an extreme situation that I don't know if I could do. Like skill wise, I cannot do, you know what I mean? But I mean, physically, I don't know if my condition or the severity of my condition, whatever the case, I don't know if I would hold up. And I think a lot of us feel that way. But we know if we listen to you, if we're under less extreme conditions and we listen to you, we're probably going to be all right. You know what I mean? Like if I listen to John Jones when I go to train at the gym, I'm never stepping in the cage against a killer ever. No, thank you. But if I listen to him, I'm going to get a good training. The time I spend training is going to be better than if I don't, right? It's the same thing. Does that make sense? Kind of?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize we were touching so many people in the community with these stories. And like I said, if you don't take anything away from me, just remind you that you are what epilepsy looks like. Epilepsy does not control your day. You wake up in the morning, you have total control on whether you're going to feel sorry for yourself or if you're going to get out and make the world your, for the day. What I do is I grab the bull by the horns. I could get up every day and say, oh, I don't want to put these boots on. I don't want to go out in the heat, but that's what I love to do. And a lot of people say you're crazy, but I love what I do for a living.
He is a little
I
crazy.
see my work, you know what I mean? I can see my work at the end of the day. And also I can see my work here on this page. And I'm just going to touch on a little something real quick. I didn't realize how many lives we were actually touching. I'm so humble, but to see that people like Mike who look up to me, that's my little brother, just so y'all don't know. If you ever hear me say little bro, that's him. There's people out there that look to me for positivity. And let me just be honest with you, encouragement. I don't always have all the answers, but what I do and what I do have is a positive outlook on life. Even though I have a bad day, I do have bad days. Some days I have more bad days than good days. But what I can do is explain to you how to navigate through it. And like I said, you got to give yourself grace and be willing to be accountable. Big word of the day, accountable.
Yeah.
But from the bottom of my heart, for every home that I've touched, for every relationship that we fixed, for every person we made you feel like something, I thank you, because it's you that allow me to be what I am.
Yeah, it's important to make sure that you guys are joining the community, staying in touch. Don't isolate yourself. We've told you this 100 times. We'll say it 100 more. You're not alone. You have a family. You just need to open your heart and open your hands and take it.
Amen.
It's just that important.
And it makes me proud to be leading the front on this community. I know we're standing side by side, but if anybody gets hit first, I'd rather it be me. And I thank you guys who stand beside us through this mission. Even if you don't have epilepsy, if you just believe in the cause of people, I thank you personally. If you hadn't heard it from my mouth, you don't have to hear from anyone else. I'm telling you to your face. Well, let me get a little closer. I thank you.
Yeah, we're a little over our time, but that's okay. So are you ready to close out?
Absolutely.
Okay, so again, I'm Ashleigh.
And I'm Curtis.
And this is Information Lane, episode number 12. We want to thank you so much for joining us. I know there's so many other things you could be doing Monday night, but you're here with us.
That's
and
right.
We truly appreciate your support and your love. If there's anything you want to know, any questions, drop them in the chat. We're happy to answer them. We can take it offline. But just know that we are 2 individuals going through this journey just like the rest of you. If you want to find us, you can find us on Information Lane on YouTube or Rumble, and even on Instagram. And all of those drops that Mike is putting is going on our Instagram page as well, and on our YouTube and Rumble. You can follow us on all of those platforms, and you can also join our Facebook page. Yes, it's a private page because we want to make sure that it's a safe place for people.
And it's about quality, not quantity.
That's right. So it's Epilepsy Awareness, SFL for short, for South Florida. Please join in. There's a few questions to answer, and it's simply just to make sure that you are in a safe place.
Right.
It helps us eliminate those bots. So there's a lot of that going around, and we don't want our page to be filled with those bots, the negativity.
That's
so
right. And we're a stigma-free safe place.
Yes.
So like I said, once you join your family, I suggest that you join. As soon as you leave off here today, go click on that page and join.
Mhm.
And also I want to shoot a little something out for us. Information Lane has really been busy these past few months. And what we have done now, if you go click on our page, once you join, click on our page, go to files. We have created Epilepsy Encyclopedia. It has every bit of information that you will need to be successful.
Shout out
And
to
let
Sean
me tell you,
Hall.
Sean Howell
Howell.
is the best person you'll ever meet in your life. He's sort of like Mike. He stays behind the scenes, but he is so full
Smart.
of information, and he's so smart. And he told me, he says trial and error. So go to a page, click on files, and click on Epilepsy Encyclopedia, and just start reading. If you want to read something, that's where it's at.
Yeah, and if you're in a state you're not sure where you can get epilepsy help from, an epilepsy foundation organization, go to the encyclopedia and find your state, and we will get you that information.
That's right. Epilepsy Awareness South Florida. Join the page, become family, and let me tell you, your journey will begin. And let me tell you, as soon as you join in, you will not walk by yourself.
Yeah, if you click that link, Mike, it should take you up to another bulletin, and it will be right there. It's also on a PDF, and it's on Adobe. If you want to download it, please go ahead and download it. We encourage you to share that information with your other epileptic communities and your other epileptic friends.
And even if you have somebody in your community, being as you have epilepsy, that comes to you with questions, because I know it happens because it happens to us, you'll now be able to go on there and give these folks the proper information, or put them in the right direction that they can go look it up at their own leisure. They don't have to be stressed. They don't have to be put out like, oh, I got to figure it out today.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of information on there, and every link that you click on is packed. I mean, packed.
Yeah, when you click on it, it's going to take you to a download. It's going to download it to your computer or your phone. So it's not going to be like an additional window that'll pop up. It's actually going to download it to whatever device you're looking at it on.
And you'll have access to it at will, and it's at no charge. What we did is we put all the things that we've had to go through as finding out this journey, and we put it into one spot.
Right.
We had help to format it, but it is for you. It's for the people, and it's for the people by the people. And use the information.
So before we close out, Curtis is going to take us out in prayer. If I could get everyone to bow their heads, and gentlemen,
right before we do that, something that we definitely wanted to share that's very, very important to us,
Sure.
Something that we're taking a big part in, and that we're a big part
Oh my
of.
God, how did I forget this? Oh my gosh. October 21st is going to be the best day of the year. It is our Purple Pumpkin Project. If you want to get in on this, I also want to, and I don't have an update from Heather right this
Shout
moment.
out Heather Marks.
Yes, hi Heather.
Let's
and
go.
Marks.
Let's go, Heather.
Yeah, they are located in Indiana. They are kiddos, Courageous Crusaders. They are leading this mission on the
That's
Purple Pumpkin Project, and Information Lane is in on it as well. October 21st happens to be the same day as Suit Up Action Day, and we are going to be reading names. So if you have a loved one that has passed away, please send us the information. We will get it to Heather, and they're going to be doing a reading of these names at the end of this event.
That's right.
This event is not just held in Indiana where K-Dubs Crusaders is at. This is going to be throughout the United States. And next year, we're aiming to be globally.
That's right.
So,
We want every state
yes.
to participate in the Purple Pumpkin. There's a person with epilepsy in every state. There's somebody in every country across the world. Participate in the Purple Pumpkin and let the world know that we're here.
That we
and
stand
also,
together.
if you want to donate to Heather Marks and them's Purple Pumpkin, reach out to her. Let
Yes.
them know what you want to do. And also, if you don't want your name out there, you can anonymously drop the name, and we'll definitely do the same thing
Right.
for you. You don't have to be in the spotlight. If you know someone that's suffering, you want to give them a shout out, let us shout them out, because your memory will never be gone.
Yeah, so Heather's getting help from Epilepsy Foundation. They're the ones that founded the Purple Pumpkin Project years ago, and they've allowed Heather to trademark that name. So if you're interested in hosting a Purple Pumpkin Project in your area, in your town, we can have more than one in one state. If you're interested in that, we can help you get into contact with the people at Epilepsy Foundation. We can see if they would honor you and your loved ones to do this Purple Pumpkin Project. It's very important that we raise the awareness, and it's just right before the month of November, which is Epilepsy Awareness Month.
That's right.
So we're going to bow our heads, take it out in prayer. Again, make sure you follow K-Dubs Crusaders for any Purple Pumpkin Project. They are a non-for-profit organization as well, in case you'd like to make a donation.
And also, don't forget, before we leave, Rescue America Hotline, 833-599-3733. Reach out to us, Smart Place Miami and Safe Place Miami, and allow them to fill your day.
Yeah, and so we just want to, one last time before Curtis takes us out in prayer, it's Monday night. We wish everyone a great night and a great week. We will see you here next week.
That's right. Come on. Everybody take your head off, please. All right, here we go. Heavenly Father, please watch over our family, protect our home, and keep us close to you and one another. Give us strength when life is difficult, peace when our hearts are heavy, and love that never gives up. Lord, guide our steps and bless our family today and always and always. In Jesus' name we pray.
Again,
Amen.
I just want to say we're dedicating this episode to Curtis's stepmom, Anna Christine Lane, as she passed away over the weekend. So please just know that we are appreciating all of your support and prayers through this difficult time.
And Chris, we love you. We're going to miss you. Thank you for everything you've done.
Information Lane, a place for you and me, where everyone is family. On Information Lane, where you got me and I got you. See you on Information Lane with Ashleigh and Curtis too. They got the power and they coming through. See you on Information Lane, a place for you and me, where everyone is family. Information Lane, a place for you and me, where everyone is family. On Information Lane, where you got me and I got you. See you on Information Lane with Ashleigh and Curtis too. They got the power and they coming through. See you on Information Lane, a place for you and me, where everyone is family.